Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Operation Fortune. Ruse de Guerre? I don't know how you say it, I have no idea. Anyway, it's about some special agent who gets his whole team and they recruit a big movie star to help uncover a mission about the sale of some deadly weapons. No idea, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but what does make sense, Jason Statham, Aubrey Plaza, and Hugh Grant, Josh Hartnett, just to name a few. So that's kind of cool. So 6.6 on IMDb, 14,603 people rated it so far, and as of right now, an hour and 54 minutes. So it won't change. So I don't know. I'm excited. I saved this one for the weekend. I moved Missing Up, which is a great one. Check that out. Great movie there. So hopefully this one is as good, if not better, because I saved it. Alright, stick around. I'll let you know. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Operation Fortune, Ruse de Guerre. I think that's close. We're at the 1 hour, 25 second mark, so just over halfway. And I stopped it here on purpose, because I do like it, right? It's kind of neat. You know, essentially the agent that they talk about is Jason Statham, right? So he's like the lead. Sorry, he's the lead agent or whatever. But there's a head boss, and I want to make sure. I didn't even realize this when I saw his name. And this is awful because this guy's great, Cary Elwes, right? And you know, as soon as I saw him, I was like, that's the Princess Bride. I was like, that's the guy from The Princess Bride. I'm like, oh, I didn't even see his picture. Didn't even know his name. You know, I would think that I would have known his name. And then I was like, I'm thinking to myself, I don't think I've ever seen him in anything else other than The Princess Bride. So I clicked on him, and then came to the realization that he's been in a lot more than that, and I have seen him. I mean, Robin Hood, Prince in Tights, of course. Saw. I forgot he was in Saw. You know, and then just the list goes on and on. Days of Thunder he was in, you know, I mean, not on and on, but you know what I mean. Like, I was thinking he only made one movie, but he made a couple. Anyway, he's like the organizer. He has communication with the government that has deployed him and his team to go out, and like Jason Statham and Aubrey are on the feet, on the ground kind of stuff. She plays like more of the tech hacker type person, and Jason is more of really the person who gets in there. And then they have another member of their team played by Bugzy Malone. I think his name's JJ in this. And the Josh Hartnett pieces, so they're trying to get close to Hugh Grant for some reason. To be honest, it's kind of lost on me on really what they're trying to do. I just know they're trying to gather information from Hugh Grant's character. And so, in order to do that, that's where they get Josh Hartnett's character, who's a popular Hollywood actor. Hugh Grant's character is enamored with him. And so they recruit him so that he can go there, you know, to some event and get them in the doors, and then, you know, build a relationship so they can continue to, you know, do their kind of thing, right? So, pretty interesting. I like Josh Hartnett. He hasn't been around for a while. I mean, he's popping up now and again, so it's good to see him back at it again. And so a lot of cool stuff going on. I like it. A spy, you know, whatever kind of movie. Maybe not a spy, but you get it, right? And it's fun. There's an aspect that's bothering me, and it's right off the start, and it's lowering my enjoyment of the film, to be honest with you. I mean, otherwise, I guess it's the same kind of film, but ultimately, the government, I don't even know which government it is, to be honest with you, but they hired the Princess Bride and his team to do this job and figure all this out. Well, they also hired another team, right? And it's like their competitor. So they're kind of like black ops teams or whatever, but they hired two of them to do the same job and compete against each other in order to get the intel or whatever, right? Which, okay, kind of makes sense, but you know, they can ruin it for each other. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I like, you got to compete, and whoever does better, great. But no, they're they're fighting each other, which is putting the whole mission at risk, and I just can't get past that. And it just happened again. They're scoping out, they're trailing, they're doing whatever they do, and then they notice, oh, Mike's group's over here, Mike Hook, right? Wow, Mike Hook. I went to college with a Mike Hook. Anyway, oh, they're here now. And so not only does it divert them from their true purpose, but now they're going to fight, and one guy's going to get knocked out, and you know what I mean, or they're going to, so that's bumming me out, and that's why I kind of stopped it right now. But otherwise, I like it. I like Aubrey Plaza's character. She's pretty cool. Jason Statham is Jason Statham. I like Josh Hartnett. I like everybody, except for I don't like that little piece that's going on right now. So we'll see if it gets any better. But that's where I am right now. And I'll say, I'm going to get back to the movie right now. Alright, sorry for that. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Operation Fortune, and that was Jason Statham's, that's his name, Fortune, right? So that's why he's brought in. However, I have problems with that. There's a lot to like about this movie. There's a lot of things. I can see why people have it lowered in a 6.6 because I think it has the potential to be a 7, 8 kind of film. But the Operation, the Fortune, right? You call in Jason Statham and his gang and they're going to be top notch, right? Well, that's not the case. And that's what, it bothers me the whole movie. So we all know that, right? And it all has a point. I see that if you've seen the movie, but I'm not going to go into that. But still, just didn't work for me, and I might have to say in the spoilers. But real quick, I will say like I said, I liked Aubrey Plaza's character. I thought she did a great job with that. I like how they, made her a strong female with, and they reference that, and I like that. Jason Statham was good, and I'm repeating myself from the check-in. All of that stuff stays the same. I liked all of the actors in it, and the characters that they played. So still, I'm more of a 6 on this one, and I have to tell you why. But I'm going to have to say, if you haven't seen it yet, I am going to talk a little bit more openly about this. So I will say, I'm not going to ruin the ending, but spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. This is going to allow me to talk a little bit more. As we know, there's the competing gang against them, the competing agency. And yes, when we figure out more about that down the line, which I'm not going to reveal if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to ruin that for you. But that aspect of it said to me that, why would you ever hire Jason Statham's crew? This other crew is, while they're, we thought they were competing against each other, that other group was always better, always a step ahead. Like, it just, and that, I think, impacted their reputation for me with the movie viewer. Like, it's Jason Statham, he's supposed to be awesome. This whole gang should be together and should just be, boom, they should make the other group just evil people who are doing a different kind of, they're coming in, they're doing their own thing, but it's completely kind of different. I don't know, like maybe trying to steal from them. There's another way to play this that doesn't make them look like bumbling idiots. I know that's a stretch, they're not bumbling idiots, but you know what I mean. It just hurts the whole credibility of Operation Fortune. Right? Like, it's like, we're hiring you because the other group wasn't available. Essentially, is if you go back and look at it, and then, but set it up that way. Like, you're not the best, but you're all we can get. I'm not sure if that was clear. It wasn't to me, but that kind of ruined this whole thing for me. Everything else was played out well. The arms and the weapons and stuff like that. The way they used that into a plot line, meh. And there was one other thing I wanted to say, but now I completely lost it. Darn it. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. That's the stuff, that's the thing that soured this movie for me. So, it's a 6. I won't go on any further. If I think about, while I'm making my pizza, what the other thing was, there was something really good in there, I'll share it. But, otherwise, that's it. That's all I got. I apologize for losing my mind, but hopefully this was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.